Forget
Yes.
about the camera.
Yes.
But what about the sound?
Yeah. Yes, it must be on stage because. Hello?
Hello, hello.
Hello?
Is there echo? Hello, hello. Hello, is there echo? Hello, 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 hello. Is there echo? Avigan, there is no echo, right? Hello, hello, hello. Can people at the back hear us? I think it's working. It is working.
There's a big delay because I'm standing here and see myself walking to this place where I'm standing.
That's fine. That's fine. If things are working, if there is delay, that's not an issue. So only thing pending was like remote speakers, if they're able to speak and we are able to hear.
Okay, so can anyone join in remotely? Remote speaker, I join in as a remote speaker and I go outside and say something.
Not you, somebody else. Or we'll try it out in the break session. Let us start. We have 1 hour of break session.
So maybe we go. Hello.
No. You
Not exactly.
yes.
I'm
Yes, when you are speaking, you get one of these 2 microphones.
Then you join in as a speaker, as a remote speaker.
So when he connects as a remote speaker
You
now.
have to make him join on the stage. You have to make him come on.
Yes. There will appear another person now at the bottom. You have to add the person to the stage. Click on yes. Yes.
Hello, can you guys hear me now?
Can you say something?
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
I can
What is the
hear you guys,
Mic
but I don't.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I can hear you guys. I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, solved.
Oh.
Problem solved.
He
Yes,
will
and
not,
when you turn on your laptop's camera, we should even see you.
Yes.
Yes, now we can see you.
Okay, cool. So I guess it works.
Yes. The only thing is that the people here in the room cannot well hear you. Only the ones standing in front of a laptop, which is in StreamYard. We can only tell them all take their laptops and go into the stream on YouTube.
Okay. Okay. Just 1 second. I'm coming.
Yes. Could yes on the presenting laptop? Could you make
That's a big. This is the room one.
Yes, but now we must. You're on YouTube. You must. This is the presenting laptop. This laptop needs to check whether it's going to the operate StreamYard here. Click on ESC to go out of full screen mode. Yeah, on ESC escape to get into out of full screen mode. Yes, your connection is broken out. Click on try again.
what do you want to try?
Click wait and click on enter studio. And now click on present and select your slides. Present slides and select the first slides. There are only 2 sets. Don't we have 3? We have to upload 3 in total.
Yeah. We get
And now, yes, now we have connect the slides now. Yes, the slides are visible. So now you can spin the slides.
Who's spinning the slides?
The person at the podium. Yes, with this laptop.
This is nice. ठीक है ना कम कर दे बड़ा कर दे ठीक है वो
Make it full screen.
Are we live on YouTube?
I'm not yet, because we are still setting up.
I think we are done. So
the live on YouTube.
What?
we are live.
Send you
Ach so. And he has turned on. Yes. Nice. Then we have some. Then we are broadcasting the making of.
Yeah, I guess we are already.
Yes.
Let's just start.
So everyone take their seats. We will finally start our conference. We should turn off the sound of this laptop. We should turn off, because it eats and has people here then. Yes. So
इसका तो मेरे काम नहीं चाहिए इसको म्यूट करने से
can you look with the camera whether Avik and me are coming out correctly? Yes, we are already live. Someone has clicked on the button to start the broadcasting. So, no, not that microphone. The microphone is on you.
इंटरनेट जा रहा है इंटरनेट चल रहा है
Simply try again.
हॉटस्पॉट करता है सिंक कर दिया अनलिमिटेड
So everything by the cell phone network now.
yes
Yes.
कनेक्शन टूट जाता है क्या
Yes, it's entering.
one second.
Not if it's your school. Is there any conditions?
You need to allow him
Somewhere we have an echo, so perhaps we should turn on the room the slides in? Yes, they are done. Not this one. Turn this off.
Yeah, I gave him follow mic not so that we are able to hear.
Where is
Yes.
the column?
Yes, turn this mic off so that we do not get echoes. So we have two mics now. One for. So one.
We can remote it from the
But now I will be very well to be heard here in the room. I will be heard also on the StreamYard because I have also a mic for the StreamYard, but I do not really know how I will come out for the remote attendees. Can someone look in YouTube how it's good? Yes, not that that the YouTube spectators are listening, are hearing me twice with 5 seconds of delay or so. So this is working. So this way we can at least now have one speaker, which is now me. Perhaps you have to get a hand microphone to do the same thing, one of theirs.
We can do it together, no problem.
Yes, yes.
And I have a loud voice, so no issues.
Yes, so that when you come very close to me, that you would be also hearable through the speakers.
Okay, so should we start?
Yes, yes. Yes.
First of all, thank you everyone.
Someone should perhaps stay here at that laptop.
So first of all, thank you everyone for joining the session. I hope I'm audible till the back, right? Am I audible at the back? Okay. So sorry for the technical glitches, but thanks for staying. Okay. Before starting, let's give a quick round of introduction about myself and Till. So myself, Avik, I am currently the program manager for OpenPrinting. I do all the kind of community stuff for OpenPrinting. Apart from that, I'm the org admin for the Linux Foundation Google Summer of Code projects, and I'm a Zephyr ambassador as well. So I've been working for open source for more than 7-8 years now. And along with me is still Peter. So he is one of the Linux fellows. So there are 7 Linux fellows.
Linux Foundation fellows, better to say.
Yeah. So he is one of them. So I would ask him to give an introduction.
Yes, yes. I'm working. I'm leading OpenPrinting. I'm working with printing under Linux since mid 2000, so for a long time, and was co-founder of OpenPrinting in 2001. So for a really long time, and I'm leading OpenPrinting. This means that I do everything which makes printing and POSIX-like operating systems like Linux just work. So I'm doing a lot of different things. I'm in some form a community manager. I'm engineering manager. I have everything for OpenPrinting, and there's the CUPS printing system, and I'm integrating it in the free software ecosystem with CUPS filters or with Google Summer of Code work to get a desktop integration, to get all the desktops and applications correctly working with a printing system. And I'm also bringing people together, working with organizing conferences like Open Printing Summits and communicating with printer manufacturers, and I'm also one of the 2 org admins of Google Summer of Code, and I'm mentoring most of the students or contributors, Google Summer of Code contributors who work for OpenPrinting. And I'm working at Canonical. This is the way I earn my money. And therefore I'm integrating the printing stack, cups, filters, GhostScript and everything in Ubuntu Linux. And with working on Ubuntu, in the development of Ubuntu, I'm also working a lot with Snap. I have created a Snap of cups, and this Snap of cups, once it will get into the all Snap distro Ubuntu Core Desktop, and it will also get into will also be used instead of the standard native packages. It will be used sooner or later also in the current in the normal classic Ubuntu.
So in short, whatever you see printing in Linux, because of him, he's one of the primary contributors for that. So once you do a Control P in Linux, whatever you see, this person is behind it. So we'll get to.
Thank you very much.
So we'll learn more about what he has done and about OpenPrinting, what we are doing down the line. So we have a couple of sessions lined up. So so the next session that we are going to talk, the next session is about open source. So what is open source? So I'll just give you an idea like how we are going to move ahead with this conference and how this idea is. So actually, there is a dev talk that is scheduled to be here in Kochi from next week, and Till was supposed to come here in Kochi to join that conference. So it was my idea to have a kind of student summit here. So probably this is my second visit in this campus. Last one was in 2019. I guess during that time you guys didn't join, so it was a hackathon event where you guys had invited me. So I thought like since we are having a couple of students from this campus, why don't we have a kind of student meetup? So that's how it started. Then the idea was like if we are having a student meetup, why don't we have an open source conference? And we didn't want to make it very specific to open printing or certain things in general. So the idea was like we talk about open source in general, we'll talk about open printing, and we will of course talk about Zephyr. So Zephyr is IoT RTOS, and a couple of interesting things are going on in the Zephyr space. So there are speakers lined up for Zephyr as well, and the things that are tried and tested out for Zephyr. So we'll get to learn about that in other sessions. So today till 6 p.m. it's going to be a common session. So where we talk in general about open source, open printing, and Zephyr. After 6 p.m. we'll break out into 2 rooms. In one room we'll continue with the open printing roadmap sprint, which is exclusively related to printing. And during that session, you'll also get to hear Michael Sweet. Michael Sweet is the person who actually created cups. So all that is printing in Mac is because of cups, and Michael Sweet created that. So though he's not in Apple currently, but there will be a talk from Mike in the open printing roadmap sprint. So that session will go in one room, and in the other room it will be the Zephyr session. So we have some workshops lined up. So just to, I'm sure like many of you, for many of you, Zephyr is something new. So we have got some Zephyr boards. So it was shipped to Akash, so you guys can connect with him. So there are some Zephyr boards. So how you can start your IoT journey, or what all things we can do through Zephyr, you will get to learn from that. And thanks to the IIT Mandi team for host this conference, and special thanks to Akarshan for coordinating a lot of things, and all the volunteers over here for helping out. And thanks to the Canonical team for providing a lot of swags, for you all.
And also thanks to the Canonical team for providing us their conference management system, Indicore. The conference website is based on this system where you can see the schedules of the talks, where before the conference one could submit talk proposals and so on. And Canonical has also provided us their TV station, our Ubuntu on Air. We are live streamed on Ubuntu on Air. Some of you have already, when we had problems with the sound, looked into this and seen whether the sound comes out well or not. Would be even nice if someone would do it during the whole day and with headphones and see that always the sound comes out nicely and tells us if not. And
okay, I think we should move ahead with the session.
yes. And one thing, there are 2 workshops today in the Zephyr track at 7:30, and another workshop is tomorrow near the end of the day. In the it's a workshop about snap packaging. If you want to attend the workshop for the interactive exercises, it would be nice if you prepare a little bit. And for that, you go onto our conference website on the timetable, and you select the session, you click the session of the workshop. And if you look then into the talk description, which you see then, there are instructions to prepare, and there are also some files to download. And these files, you can download the slide set, but there can be bigger files. So if you want to participate in the workshop, best come to us. We make a USB stick for you with the files. Yes. Now it's your turn
Thank you.
for the.
Okay. So guys, it's about open source. So what exactly is open source? So I'll try to break few of your myths about open source. The schedules have gone in, schedules have changed a bit, but we try to make it like try to use the break session as well. So let's see how it goes. cannot afford bigger houses or ventilated houses and windows and all. So they have small rooms where they do not have any windows and it's pitch dark, and they cannot afford electricity in the morning. So what they are doing is there was a project. It started from MIT, if I'm not wrong. So what you guys did is we have this Coca-Cola bottles or like white like soft drinks bottles, right? So they took this standard bottle. What they did is they filled it with water, and they have put in a few drops of bleach, so that when the water remains in that bottle for a longer period of time, we do not have algae in that. Okay? So it's crystal clear. And so this is the top of the hut, the small hut which doesn't have any window, and in the morning it's very dark. They have made a round hole, and they have put the bottle from the top. So it's like you have this top of the hut. You make a round hole and you put in the bottle, and this much part of the bottle will be exposed to the sun, and the remaining part of it will be now. So when the sunlight falls on the top of that bottle, because of all the laws of physics, you have the light spreading out and it glows healthy. So without any electricity cost, without any any expensive materials, it's just from some unused bottles. This is how this project was developed, and this is an open source project. So this is liter of light. And in many areas where people cannot afford electricity, this project is being used. So you guys can Google it out for more details. But the main idea is open source is not about software. Open source can be used hardware. I mean, if you guys have used the Arduino boards, a lot of things you can do. You can create your own CCTV camera. You can automate your home. You can do all kind of automation in your home. You can control any switch. So it's because of the Arduino board, and that is also open source, and you can contribute for those kind of projects. Where to start from, though, I said like I'll cover details of it in tomorrow's session. So Google Summer of Code is one of the starting places for you for like open source, to start your open source journey. Google Season of Docs, though this is not about like the coding part, but technical writing is one of the very important factors of any open source project. Because if you do not have any kind of technical documentation for your project, nobody will be able to understand how to use it. So documentation is super important. So if you guys are new to open source and if you do not know how to start your journey, so I'll explain like how you can start with Google Summer of Code. So that's one of the best places to start your open source journey, but not the end of the tunnel. So if you are not getting selected for Google Summer of Code, it doesn't mean that you will not be able to start your open source journey. It's not like that. There are other ways. Okay. So as I said, like we are going to talk a bit about OpenPrinting. So OpenPrinting is one of the open source projects under the Linux Foundation umbrella. So is Zephyr. So let me explain you like what we are doing in OpenPrinting. Nobody will take you to a detailed session about OpenPrinting, but I'll just give you an overall idea, right? So if you guys have ever installed a printer in your home, how you are doing it? You are training your printer, you are installing the software, which is basically the driver. So you have to go to the website of the manufacturer. You need to select your printer model and you need to download any of the drivers, right? So be it a scanner or be it a printer. Then you need to install it and then you need to print out of it. So this was the entire process for printing. I'm talking about Linux. So was it for Mac as well. So to complete this entire step, it used to take at least half an hour. If you are not comfortable or if you are not that sound enough how to use the printer, if you are using it for the first time, it will take another half an hour maybe. So you have to go to the website, you have to search for the driver, out of the list you need to search like which one to install, then you need to install and then you have to try out, right? So this was the entire process for printing. Now with all that has been done in OpenPrinting, with all that your friends from this university has done, because we have the highest number of students from IIT Mandi working in OpenPrinting over the last 4-5 years. So because of what all your friends have done, printing has become like a self-less driving. It's like an automated car. You just sit in the car, you enjoy your magazine, and your car moves on. So how is it possible? So if you are if you have a Linux machine or even Mac, and if you have a modern printer in your university, you just plug your printer in your laptop in Linux. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to go to the website. You don't have to download the driver. You don't have to install the driver. Nothing. You just plug it through your USB. The laptop is intelligent enough to detect your printer, and you just do a control key. It shows you the printer, and you can print out of it. So this is what has been achieved through OpenPrinting. Okay. So that's called driverless printing. So at the back end, things are getting generated and it's self-moved to avoid installing or print drivers. So that is the beauty of what we have done in OpenPrinting. It was in the year of 2017, the first GSOC student of this university was selected by me for OpenPrinting. I guess he was the first student who ever applied in GSOC from this university, which was started around. And after that, we had a couple of students from this university, like Akash was there, Veer was there, Panjab was there, many of them. I cannot. Every year there has been 4 to 5 students who have been contributing for OpenPrinting. And the beauty is, like, if you go to the CUPS filter code, if you're using an Ubuntu machine, and like if you go to the CUPS filter code and if you try to search few of the CUPS filter files, you see their names written there. So like whatever you are doing, your names get embedded in the history of Ubuntu. Because why Ubuntu? Because till is maintaining it in Ubuntu, and whatever gets into OpenPrinting first is taken up in Ubuntu, and gradually the other Linux distros also takes it. And currently we are Apple is not maintaining CUPS anymore. So whatever we are doing it in OpenPrinting is so important that it gets into the Mac OS also. So CUPS and CUPS filter is one of the most used printing systems. Separate from Windows, other OSs are using it. So that's the importance of CUPS and CUPS filter. Well, this was Sahil Arora from IIT Mandi. He walked with GSOC 2017 and 2018. So this was in Sunnyvale campus, in the Google campus. So we were there for the Mentor Summit. I was there for the Mentor Summit as one of the org admins. And we do have a lightning talk session there. And there his board was projected. So you can see him. I don't know if you guys know him or if you have interacted with him. What he had done for lightning talks, it was projected. And the next guy is Ritvik. So because of all that he did in the 2 GSOCs, we invited him to participate with us in the Linux Canvas that was in Lisbon in the year of 2019. So myself and was there and Ritvik was there. So if you are doing a good job, you get a chance to speak on different conferences. Your talks get accepted, so you can speak and present what you are doing. So these are the opportunities in open source. So your scope is not limited to what you are doing in your room. So you can apply for any conference and apply to talk there. And if your talk is presented, all your expenses are sponsored, and you go there with your talk and come back. And I'm happy to say that like Akash's talk has been accepted for a conference this year by Ubuntu in Latvia, which is accepted. So it was again in Plumbers. Does anyone know this set? Does anyone know this set? Exactly. So that is Linus Torvalds, and like all that, what you see in Linux is because of this set. So I had an opportunity to meet him in the Plumbers, and I asked him like, are you using printing? because I was all into printing that time. I worked for a printer company and into drivers, I print drivers and scanner drivers and printer drivers for 13 years. So like printing is already in my blood. You cannot take printing out of my blood. So I asked him like, are you using printers in Linux? What do you want to say? I told him like, can you write something so that I want to project it in Ubuntu. So this was his message. Like, I'm totally happy to say that all my printers have been working fine for over several years now. So I just wanted to get his idea about how comfortable he is in Linux. Okay. So there are seven, as I said, like there are seven Linux Foundation Linux heroes, and I think it's one of
8.
8, sorry. And we will be hearing another Linux Foundation heroes who have not been tonight. Can you, I mean, we talked about open source, but can you do anything about, I mean, how you can use it, right? So one thing, let me tell you, like you have open source for every kind of project. Say suppose if you are doing your day job, I have a day job, I'm working somewhere, like I have a like a 9 to 9 day job, so I'm pretty busy there. But open source is something which I like, right? So open source doesn't pay me, but it's something that you like and you do it. So can anyone tell me what is? Sorry, I do not have prizes for the questions that I'm asking, but if you can relate and tell me like what is this? Right, it's already written bad question. So this is a 3D printer, and it was created all by me. Okay, I did not invent it. It's an open source 3D printer. So if you guys go to internet, the base model is TUSA. You can see like how you can create a 3D printer of your own. You just need to spend 6,000 to 7,000 rupees or maybe at max 10,000 rupees, and you can get your own 3D printer. It was actually a video, but we have some streaming problems and we are not able to run a video. So this is the nozzle of the 3D printer, and it's printing something. Okay, so. If you are interested in astronomy, you have Open Astronomy. If you are interested in food, you have an open source project for food. If you are interested in anything, you name something. If you are interested in automobiles, you have AGL. So the AGL project is used by most of the car manufacturer companies. So it's not only about printing or something else. You have open source project for each and everything. Whatever is interesting for you, you can search it out in the internet and you can start contributing for that project. In tomorrow's session, I'll tell you how you can do that. Okay, so this is about Zephyr. We have a talk from Kate Stewart, though Kate could not give a talk, remotely because she's busy with some commitments. So Zephyr strives to deliver the best-in-class RTOS for connected resource consent devices. What does that mean? In any particular place where you cannot fit in Linux, where Linux is becoming heavy, you can fit in Zephyr over there. It's a very lightweight RTOS. And there are quite a lot of interesting things that have been developed through Zephyr. So this is a safety shoe. Like this shoe tracks, like whenever there is a problem in front, this shoe can track. Then people have developed smartwatches using Zephyr. Then people have developed like gloves. These are like, I mean, all sort of devices are getting there. And yesterday I got to know like Motorola is probably using it in one of their watches. So even printers are also using Zephyr. People are heavily using Zephyr, and it's one of the most contributed open source projects nowadays. Okay, so do you limit yourself in only doing or contributing for whatever open source projects are existing in this world now? Is that the case? No, it's not the case. You can create your own open source project. If you feel something too interesting, you can create your own open source project. And that's how many interesting projects have been built, right? TensorFlow, PyTorch, you name something. So it was developed by a group or few people. They started working on it, and then they then they wanted to they open source it. So what are actually the benefits of open source? The benefits of open source is like I have heard people like saying like what is the security in open source, right? Uh, we- when you put up your code somewhere, so you have multiple people looking into that piece of code, so it's more secure. In a way, like that can be tried and tested by multiple people, so they can figure out what problem is there. But when you are developing something within the four walls within your company, it's like uh, you have only a very few set of people who are testing that product. It's not like a world who's using the product. So this was an open source project which I started with few of my colleagues, few of my work colleagues during the time of COVID. So this device, what this device was doing during the time of COVID is was like calculating the social distancing. Like if this is a small device of this much shape, you can put it in your pocket. It has a sensor to sense like how often you are violating the social distancing. Yesterday we went to your South Campus ATM and there was a nice thing. I don't know like if it was custom built here or it's a standard which was installed everywhere. So it was not allowing two people and constantly there was a camera which was tracking like how many people are there in that ATM and it was telling like we can detect more than two people and you are not supposed to stand here. Only one person can stand. So it was something interesting. So this device was also doing something of similar sort. It was tracking like how many times you are parking social distancing and it was putting the details in Firebase. So in Firebase it was taking that count. Then apart from that, so it's like if you are in a containment zone, it was also through geotagging, it was also doing that if you're in a containment zone. So if you're in a containment zone and if you have to have not maintaining social distancing, then it gives you an alert after some time that you need to track your all those kind of things that you are doing in COVID, like SO2 and other stuff, and temperature and all. So if those things, so this is how it was doing it. Those things were normal, then you are fine. If those things are not normal, then like if there is something to be really concerned about, then what it was doing is it was asking to check your lung condition. So again, this was a stethoscope with a microphone fitted. So it was a digital stethoscope. You put it on your chest. It was trying to detect the sound of your lungs and doing all the AI and ML processing to understand like if it's a healthy lungs or some problem with the lungs. So for this part, we used an existing open source which was already there, but these parts were developed by us. But the entire thing we made it as an open source and we turned it as share. So this still exists. If somebody wants to continue, we can do that. That was all about open source as of today. In tomorrow's session, we'll take you like how you can start your own journey. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be here till Sunday morning, so no issues. Feel free to reach out. With this, I'll hand it over to Till for talk on OpenPrinting.
Yes, yes. I put it in StreamYard, but it seems that StreamYard is not keeping it. But you have to select it when you want to play it. But in video part, you do not get to the step where you upload it. So StreamYard, for StreamYard, it is not uploaded actually. So, yeah. I think you have to only share if you have to share to him that he can put it on the laptop. Because it is not kept by StreamYard. You have to have it locally to be able to do it. Yes, yes. Yeah, yes. Yes. Yes, we will do the slide. Yes. Yes. Someone can do it and you can operate your mouse. Yes. So I will give the talk now.
Okay, you give it then.
So I will tell a little bit about OpenPrinting, and it is yes, and I want to tell what we're actually doing at OpenPrinting. And at first, we will have we do the development of the principal printing architecture for Linux, Unix, and generally POSIX-style operating systems, general architecture, technology, infrastructure, and we work together with the IEEE ISTO Printer Working Group, EWG, especially there on the Internet Printing Protocol which they are developing, so that we are following this standard in our software. Because the Internet Printing Protocol is really the most important standard. If you have a modern printer, it only prints driverless because it understands the Internet Printing Protocol. And we also work on driverless scanning so that the of scanners gets as easy as the use of printers, and modern scanners, especially the ones for inside multi-function devices, they are also driverless. And we do the integration of the printing with the desktop environment, especially print dialogs and printer setup tools. We are integrating in all types of operating systems. It is not simply just Linux. There are different Linux distributions with different desktops, and also so-called immutable operating systems, where the core of the operating system is delivered as one piece and cannot be updated package by package. Also special packaging methods, especially the distribution independent sandbox ones. Then printer driver compatibility lookup. We have printer driver compatibility lookup lists. Once an old list which tells which driver works with which printer. This is already 20 years old, this list. And a new list which lists all known driverless printers. And we help manufacturers to get their printer driver design right. And it started, I was system administrator. We had a nice laser printer, color laser printer in the physics department. I've done a PhD in physics. And it did not work. It did work nicely with the commercial Unixes which we had on many machines, due to its proprietary TOI software coming with it. But it did not work with Linux in that time. And we were printing via LPD. It was in the late 1990s, and there one was printing with LPD, the dark years of printing with Linux. And this with LPD, we had two posted black and laser printers, also with two trays and duplex. This is 6 combinations of different settings. And this somehow, with some scripts, our former system administrators got working in an awkward way, so that one could control that. But with a color laser printer, there's much more control points, like color, black and white, quality, and so on. And the problem is LPD has no support for options at all. One needs tricks to make LPD controlling printer options. And then we have, I have discovered, then CUPS 1.0 came out in the beginning of 2000. And I've read an article about CUPS in a German computer magazine written by Kurt Pfeiffer. And with this, I discovered CUPS. And so I deployed CUPS in our physics department. And because it bases printer drivers on PostScript and PPT files, PostScript printer description files, and for Windows and Mac, this color laser printer came with PPT files. Suddenly, this printer was fully supported, and so I was very lucky. And so we have a great printing system with which all the printers worked. And then, as one could only control the options by command line, I wrote a little print dialog. This was my first own software project, the so-called X printing panel. You can still find it. It's still there in source code. And so I published this little thing here, and also on FreshMe, which was the standard search service for free software apps that time, so that it did not only serve our professors and students, but many more people. And so Kurt Pfeiffer, the author of this article, discovered it, invited me to the Linux Talk 2000, the biggest Linux show in Europe at that time. And there I got discovered by, and this was in July 2000. And in August 2000, I lived in Paris because I was discovered by neighboring software on this Linux start. They hired me with the first task to switch their distro over to CAPS. And so I had to package CAPS. This was even not very difficult, making an RPM package on CAPS. But then I had to make sure that everything which worked before with LPD, so all printers which were supported with LPD before, work also on CAPS. So I had to make PPD files from them. But making them by hand is a lot of work. But there was a site named linuxprinting.org. It was not my site. But the guy had made a mechanism to automatically generate files for CAPS. And I picked up on it. He had a database of printers and telling which driver supports which printer. And also in the database, at least for some printers, was also information how to run these drivers, how they get involved. And with this one could automatically generate PPD files, but it was only a few drivers for which he did that. And so I completed this database for all the drivers. And I worked together with the author of it. And because there needs some fixes, the author gave me also full write access to the site, so that I can do what I want with it. In this way, I could make all the printer driver working with CAPS. And this way, the fall 2000 edition of Mandrake Linux was the first Linux distribution ever using CAPS as its standard printing system, without loss of support for any printer. And everything which I've changed since then, I always take care that I do not lose any features, any support of the old environment. Which is also a very important step when developing when developing things, so that no user is disappointed. Not as is with Windows, where all drivers do not work anymore. And so printing got much easier with Mandrake Linux that way. So I did a lot of evangelism and community work back in the early 2000s. I ran community booths about OpenPrinting on the following Linux start editions, 2001 to 2006. I did half-day and full-day workshops I gave on conferences about CAPS. And I gave many talks, even in Brazil and Portuguese. And I organized even hackfests with about printing. And with all this, all the distributions, Red Hat, SUSE, and so on, they followed. They also switched over to CAPS in the early 2000s. And so CAPS got the standard printing system. And Michael Sweet got in the early 2000s hired by Apple for putting CAPS into Mac OS X. It can be that it's not only based on what Mike did a great printing system. It can also be that Apple also discovered it by my Linux work. But one does not know. And so all the other printing systems which we had before, LPD, LPI, GPD, RPDQ, and so, they disappeared with the time and were not maintained anymore. So in 2001, I co-founded OpenPrinting with some other people from printer manufacturer software companies, and I participated with this early OpenPrinting in the development of printing-related APIs by weekly phone meetings. I organized the first OpenPrinting Summit in 2006 in Atlanta, Georgia, and since then every year I organized one. And on this summit in 2006, Jan Murdoch, the founder of Debian, invited me to work at the Free Standards Group full-time to merge linuxprinting.org to OpenPrinting, and then as a full-time job manage OpenPrinting. And in 2007, Free Standard Group and OSDL merged into the Linux Foundation, so OpenPrinting got a part of the Linux Foundation. And from 2006 on, I worked full-time on OpenPrinting, full-time at the Linux Foundation with a full-time contract. But I also got discovered on the Linux Tag 2006 about my Tuttle work. And so I got also a one third part-time job at Canonical for the Ubuntu packaging. And I got one of the 8 fellows of the Linux Foundation. So, and since 2008, I organized the participation of the Linux Foundation as an mentoring organization in the Google Summer of Code. And from 2015 on, I met Abid Basu. We worked together on the Google Summer of Code. And Abid Basu, he reached out to the universities here in India, including this one, and found a lot of contributors for us. You heard in the other talk. And we created also a selection courses for the contributors. And this way we got a lot of people into the OpenPrinting team, a lot of work done, and so a lot of improvement. And OpenPrinting has done a lot of things. We made CUPS the standard printing system. All the 3 printer drivers we have made working with CUPS. Then we switched the standard print job format from PostScript to PDF, because PostScript is deprecated and an old thing. PDF is used for everyone. And we did a great unified PostScript, as Mike Sweet has made a form of PostScript for the of GhostScript for the community drivers and for the CUPS raster format. That one could turn PostScript on PDF into CUPS raster format. And Artifacts GhostScript, they made a more friendly license for contributions, made their current GhostScript fully free, and so I could do the big merger. Then we are maintaining System Config Printer. System Config Printer does everything so that we have a plug and print. So you plug in a USB printer and the queue gets set up automatically. And not plug and play, you plug in a USB printer, and then you play for hours with the drivers as with Windows. And we have CUPS filters. As Apple uses proprietary filters, they abandoned the free filters which came with CUPS at some point, I think, 2011. And then I have overtaken in OpenPrinting the maintainership of these drivers as we use them for these filters, as we use them for Linux. And so I created the CUPS filters package on OpenPrinting. The common print dialog package. This is you have print dialogs and they talk usually directly with CUPS. And there is CUPS can change, and you can also get some cloud printing service. And to make it easy to do these changes in a separate module, I've created the common print dialog backends. I've designed this concept, and Google Summer of Code contributors have coded it. Then I've created the Snap package of CUPS. You know, Snap is distribution independent packaging format. Tomorrow I will talk more about that and teach you how to make snaps. And all 3 printer drivers I have now in printer applications is in the new printing architecture. PPT files are deprecated. I get data to that, and then we need a new driver for these printer applications, and I'm also taking care of that. So what our current areas of work is, some of the projects which I saw before are already completed, is maintaining the components, CUPS filters, common print dialog backend, and Public retrofit. But the retrofit is to make printer applications from classic CAPS drivers. I will talk later about that. And we maintain two printer compatibility databases, Fumetic. This is the database of the old Linux printing.org, which we have continued at OpenPrinting. And then we have the list of driverless printers, which is maintained by Nike. There you see all the printers which are known to work driverless. And it means also that if they contain a scanner, if they are multifunction device, they do also driverless scanning. And we have, as I mentioned, the collaboration with the printer working group, a group of printer manufacturers and big software companies who are in this group creating standards like the Internet Printing Protocol. And one thing which we have to do at OpenPrinting is implementing the standards in software for free software. And then we have printer manufacturers to make drivers correctly. We design the general printing system architecture, desktop integration, immutable integration in immutable distros and distro independent packaging. These are our concerns more or less. And so, new architecture. Currently, CAPS works the way internally it works with the Internet Printing Protocol, IIT, communicates one CAPS scanner with another for network printing. But for printer drivers, we still use filter executables and PPDs, which one has to drop into a certain system directory so that CAPS sees and uses them. And as PPD files are PostScript printer description files, and PostScript is now duplicate to use PDF. We want to get rid of it and go totally IPD in CAPS. And so this means we stop supporting PPD files, and CAPS gets all IPP. We have no classic CAPS drivers and filters. And for this we say CAPS from now on should support only driverless printers, and driverless IPP printers, they are also discovered by DNSSD. They tell their full capabilities by IPP, so we do not need to know their capabilities externally, like with a PPD file. And they use standard job formats, PDF, PWG raster, Apple raster, PCLM, which means we have the filters and CAPS filters, and we do not need any extra driver filters. And so we say CAPS should only support these printers, but we need to conserve the old printers, and there are also some specialty printers which need drivers. And for this, we make a special printer application. It is a daemon, so the program which runs constantly in the background, and it emulates a driverless IPP printer. So CAPS is an driverless IPP printer. And on the other side, this application communicates with the physical printer. The application knows the capabilities of the printer and contains the filter to turn PDF or any raster format into the printer's own format. And here you see the old architectures on the left. So you have CAPS, and CAPS can directly communicate with the driverless printer. Then for PostScript printer, CAPS needs at least the PostScript printer's PPD file to communicate with it. CAPS knows PostScript via PostScript, but it does not know the capabilities of a printer, so it needs a PPD file which contains some capabilities. And then if we have a raster printer, a classic legacy raster printer, is a driver filter for the printer's format. Now, when we go into the new architecture, CAPS will only support the driverless printer, which it does here directly. And for the other printer types, we need something external, and these are the printer applications. But postal printer is simply a postal printer application, which contains a huge bunch of PPT files internally. It also allows to add PPT files by the user. And for other printers, we have further printer applications for their protocols. And what we now need to be able to switch to the new CUPS, 3.0, which follows the new architecture, which does not support classic drivers and PPDs anymore. We need a desktop integration because the printer setup tools, they look for PPDs to assign to the discovered printers. And they list physical CUPS views as the printers which users can use. But with the new CUPS, which is all IPP, the new CUPS discovers IPP services in the network without needing to have the print view. It simply discovers the services and creates a virtual print view. And so one does not need to create a print view anymore. And so printer setup tools need to find IPP services, open the web interface of a IPP service, for example, configure print application, and not find PPDs for discovered printers. And printer dialogues the same. They should, some of the current print dialogues in some applications try to actually access the PPD and the file system. This will not be possible anymore. And so the print dialogues have also to change. And in the current print dialog backends, we have the correct support. So the print dialogs only need to support the current print dialog backends. Then we have to then we will have to introduce scanner applications to replace SANE, so that we have also a nice driverless scanning workflow, which also works when we go into sandbox packaging. And yes, and this is a lot of work. I cannot do it alone. Michael Sweet and we also cannot do it alone. And so we need a lot of people, a nice OpenPrinting team working together for coding, for bug triaging, CI testing, packaging, documentation, website, and so on. We are in the Google Summer Code. We are mentoring contributors, so we need people who apply as contributors. You do not have to be a student, but as a student you can easily contribute because you have breaks between the lecture terms, and there you can really work full time on it, and so you can easily do such projects. And when you do such projects, you learn a lot about open source. You get into the open source community. You learn about our project. You can continue to help us on the project. You can even do two times the contributor. You can get mentored and mentor other contributors. And also, a nice side effect, it can also help you to find your first job after the course. And to get in contact with us, once you see our projects on the OpenPrinting GitHub, then we have an mailing list where you can contact us. And we have also our website, and you especially should look at the news and events part, where I'm posting a monthly news post, and so you can learn a lot about what we are doing. And in the About Us part, you can also see what we have done before. So this is OpenPrinting. Are there any questions about OpenPrinting and joining OpenPrinting? If someone has a mic, you could get to the person who has a question so that I can give the mic to the person.
Does anyone have any questions?
Are there any remote questions? If so, you can click on the question and it
Oh, yes,
appears
there is
in
a
the
question here.
projection.
Here is
Yes.
Just one question, like the people who are new to open source can contribute directly to the GitHub repository or like the subscript.
Yes, on OpenPrinting, on the GitHub of OpenPrinting, we hold repositories of cups itself, of cups filters, of the successes of cups filters, big cups filters, and also of print applications and of many other components for printing. So you can see a lot of code which we have produced. And there's also the place where the users report the bugs, so you can browse the bugs and help triaging them and help fixing them.
I guess there are no more questions, so we can start off with the next session of Kate.
Yes, we will now show a video of Kate Stewart from the Linux Foundation and from Zephyr, and she will talk a little bit about her experience and what she is doing. But unfortunately, she could not connect to us as a remote speaker because she's not available at this time. And she has pre-recorded her talk, and we will play it now.
Well, I think we need your help.
Yes.
Okay, while hello. So while we are trying to run the recording with Kate as said for you all. So let me tell a few things about Kate. Kate is the VP of Embedded Systems at the Linux Foundation, and she is one of the main persons behind Zephyr, making Zephyr popular. Also, she is involved in a couple of other activities in Linux Foundation. So she has contributed a lot for this entire open source case. So let us hear about her and what she has to speak.
You have to click on settings. No, this one. This one. Because this one. So the browser plays. Yes, how do we do it now? But then we have to insert our stream. No, I can remote connect with my laptop. Yes, we can remote connect, and it can even be that laptop there. We should try it with that laptop. Don't exit that. We will connect with another laptop to the StreamYard, and then we will play the video out of the other laptop. So you do nothing until the video appears here at the bottom, so that you, yes. So
Can you open your laptop?
yeah, or we use the projection laptop.
But we do not have the video here.
Yes. Yes. There's some noise. Oh no. I'm in the wrong. The wrong thing I'm doing. I'm breaking everything now because I'm in the wrong thing and the mouse does not work.
Wait.
Yes. I must leave it broken probably because I have no mouse. And I'm not in the right view. This is yes, I will reboot. I will just do it. Probably the only one has succeeded. And in 6 we need to, so we are not in our way. Because we need to have a line. Because then we don't have to wait. But that's how we think so yes, I will do it. Yes, I have only to review because my mouse. Yes, but I have no mouse.
Okay, I just select once.
Yes, I'm doing it.
You can play the video, so
Can you take out the slide deck?
No.
Can you take out that slides? So now can you put the video file up? There's one thing which is video. Can you put it in?
So I think we can do it.
Section you can do it right here, like share screen.
Share the screen, we'll put the microphone here.
No. I can do it integrated with sound.
But it's done already.
Because I've prepared it now. And can the people hear them? Yes. No, we can do it without mic. I can do it here. Take this out.
Well, do you have the video with you?
Yes, I have it. Go on. One is called video here. This one is called video.
Hello, and welcome to Opportunity Open Source and the Zephyr track. Avik asked me to tell you a little bit about.
And I also need to get sound out of room. Yes. And can someone make the projection full screen?
Hello, and welcome to Opportunity Open Source and the Zephyr track. Avik asked me to tell you a little bit about some of my backstory and what we're doing with the Zephyr project. And so I thought I'd basically take a look at what's going on with stability. My name's Kate Stewart, and I work at the Linux Foundation, and my focus at the Linux Foundation is what can we do to make embedded systems be dependable, which means safety, security, reliability, maintainability, things that are essential for us to be able to really depend on using these components. And being able to depend on these components is going to be a key thought here when we talk about what's going on. So a little bit more about me. I've been now in the industry for over 35 years and basically came out with a master's in computer science from Waterloo in Canada, and have been active in a variety of roles over the years, from working on compiler development to basically looking at languages, and then into the embedded side of it. So I like to be near the hardware, and so Zephyr's been a lovely match for me that way. And then the other thing is, one of the reasons I went into computer science in the first place is I saw the potential in my undergrad of all the different things you can do with it. It was a wonderful tool to help make things better, be it automating cancer remote protocols, which is one of my co-op terms, or other things. There's just a lot out there, and there's a lot of really interesting things to work with. So I've actually been actively supporting open source development with the teams I've been working with for over 20 years now. And I have been working with teams in North America and India and China and Europe. So hello to any of the folks there from Noida. And most of the work I've been doing has been ranging from very small companies, startups, to very large companies like IBM and Motorola and Freescale. So I've seen a good range, as well as sort of the mid-sized ones like Canonical. We've seen also now at nonprofits like the Linux Foundation. And so through this whole experience range, one of the most exciting projects I've been working on in my career has been now Zephyr. We launched the project in 2016, and it has been slowly and surely gaining momentum as more and more developers are contributing to it, and more members are joining the project. And so we're really able to see some really exciting things emerge, because now we're finally seeing products in the field with Zephyr. And some of these products are so near and dear to my heart because, I love doing wildlife photography, so I want to see these animals out there in the wild. And some of the Zephyr technology.
Guys, I guess there is some technical issue with the audio. What we'll do is we have to run this session tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning we have a slot where we can shift this session. Because of some technical issues, this audio is not coming to the room. Okay. So from here we will break out into two rooms. In one room it will be OpenPrinting, and the other room there will be Zephyr workshops and Zephyr talks.
Yes, we will. the speaker, I think. So then we need a second set.
I'll show you in a minute, are being using to help.